We really don't know how many species there are on the Great Barrier Reef or where they live. The Coral Bank project we have at the Queensland Museum, so funded through Project Dig, is basically to collect a voucher tissue collection of all of the species of corals on the Great Barrier Reefs. We're out here at Brewer Reef in the central Great Barrier Reef off Townsville. We've been out collecting some specimens, and basically we're going to use these to try and understand the diversity of corals on the Great Barrier Reef. So we've got specimens here that we've collected from the field. We've got really good field photos as well, so we can see what these colonies look like. And we've collected just small fractions of the colonies to take back to the Museum of Tropical Queensland. We'll be analysing them, and also we've collected tissue samples that will be used for genetic analysis, so examining the DNA. Those tissues will go down to the tissue bank, to an ultra-freezer facility in Brisbane, and that will provide permanent record of the diversity of corals on the Great Barrier Reef. And by doing this, we can compare specimens like this to specimens we've collected all over the Great Barrier Reef and all over the Indo-Pacific to try and get a much better understanding of the diversity of corals.
So the new molecular data that we're generating as part of Coral Bank is really important because it gives us this new lens to look through to identify coral species. Previously, coral species have been identified by how they look, but when you start to look at the genetic data, their DNA, it's not so simple. Project Dig has been really important for allowing us to actually analyse the genetic data that we're generating. So we've got gigabases of genetic data, and we need a lot of computing power to analyse that. And so thanks to Project Dig, we're now able to facilitate that.
Understanding the species really fundamentally underpins all the other research that goes on the Great Barrier Reef. So trying to understand things like, what's the impact of bleaching? Have we lost species? We really don't know at the moment whether we're losing species before we even describe them, because we can't identify them. So this is why this sort of fundamental basic research is really important.